Greetings, my fellow beings. My name is Amanda, and today we are going to be talking about Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, or EDS. And we're specifically going to be talking about hypermobile EDS. There are 13 subtypes of Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. So we're going to be talking about hypermobile Ehlers-Danlos syndrome because that is the one that I have been diagnosed with. So the question of the day is, what on earth is Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, and why have I never heard of this before? Probably because it's not very common. About 1 in every 2,500 people or 1 in 5,000 people have Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, some form of it. It is not the most common illness on the planet, but out of all of the subtypes of Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, hypermobile is the most common of those, and that is what I have. So Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, or EDS, is a genetic disorder, and it is inherited from your parents. Now, in order to diagnose EDS, for most of the subtypes, you take a genetic test and you're able to diagnose that way. Or with hypermobile EDS, there is no genetic test to actually diagnose it. It is with criteria that you have to meet. With each type of EDS, there is a set of criteria that you have to meet, and you have to meet most of them in order to be diagnosed, because there are a lot of connective tissue disorders that you could have, and it is more of ruling out other connective tissue disorders and saying that you have EDS rather than diagnosing it through a test. The one thing that you do need to remember is that every individual's experience with EDS is going to be different. No one is going to share every single symptom that another person has. The criteria that they have is just to distinguish between each type of EDS so that doctors can diagnose you properly and get you the treatment that you need. So what are the symptoms of EDS, especially hypermobile EDS? So the first one is that your joints are going to be extra flexible. This is a connective tissue disorder, so your joints are going to be very flexible. So you're going to be able to bend your fingers in all kinds of fun ways. Sometimes your elbows can dislocate, your knees can dislocate, your ankles can have a lot of problems, and so your joints are not connected properly, and so you can hyperflex them in different directions that most people wouldn't be able to do. Another one of these is that you're going to have very soft, velvety skin, and that it's going to be very delicate skin. So you're going to bruise really easy, and if you do have a wound, it's going to take a long time for that wound to heal. And a lot of times you can get scar tissue that is a protrusion over the area that you have a scar. Your skin is also going to be very stretchy. For most people, it's going to be very stretchy, and it's going to be very soft and velvety. So some problems that people have is severe joint pain, and a lot of people are going to have musculoskeletal pain all over their body, and that one is not the best feeling on the planet. I'm going to let you know that it's not that great. And another random thing that people can have is gum disease and problems with their teeth. My thing has been that my teeth have been loose like my entire life, and I've told people, like, I can wiggle all of my teeth, and they're like, that doesn't happen. I'm like, but I'm doing it. And now it all makes sense. So it's like, oh, okay. My gums just aren't holding onto my teeth. Other than that, I do have healthy teeth, but problems with my gums, definitely a thing. No matter what kind of EDS you have, it is a problem with your collagen. So different kinds of collagen, different parts of your body with collagen are going to react in a different way, and that's what causes the different problems with EDS. So collagen is a strong protein that allows your tissues to stretch but not beyond their limit. And afterwards, it helps it to return back to normal. And you're going to find collagen all over the body, no matter what part of the body. There's going to be collagen somewhere. Ehlers-Danlos syndrome is a structural issue with the body. So Ehlers-Danlos.com, it gives an analogy of what Ehlers-Danlos syndrome is. If one builds a house with bad materials, with cheap nails or only half the wood required, problems will arise. Some problems are more likely to show up than others, but because the bad or missing materials are everywhere and not necessarily visible, one can be surprised where some problems occur. It is much the same thing with Ehlers-Danlos syndrome and collagen. The collagen with which a person with Ehlers-Danlos syndrome is built is not structured the way it should be, or only part of it is produced. With a badly built or processed collagen, the tissue that relies on it can be pulled beyond normal limits and thus be damaged. Collagen is the most abundant protein in the body, and types of collagen can be found almost anywhere: in skin, muscles, tendons and ligaments, blood vessels, organs, gums, eyes, and so on. So to diagnose Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, the traditional way of diagnosing is through family history and a clinical diagnosis of all the symptoms that you are having. But like I said earlier, a lot of different types of EDS can be diagnosed with a genetic test, just not hypermobile. The other problem is that the genetic tests will vary depending on the type of EDS, and so it can say that you have it, or if you do have it, it may say that you don't. So it just depends on the type of EDS that they're diagnosing. So most of the testing is done just by going over symptoms and your family history, and that's how they diagnose EDS. There is no cure for EDS, unfortunately, but there are preventative measures to help you not dislocate your limbs and to help you not bruise so easily, things like that that are out there that can help most people. The other thing with EDS is that men, women, and any type of race, ethnicity, anybody can get EDS. Most of my illnesses are like, they happen mostly in women. Nope. This one can hit anybody. So it's kind of not the greatest. Yay. If you do have EDS or you know someone with EDS, please remember that my heart goes out to you and that you are not alone. This is an illness that is not nice. It can be devastating and it can really impact your life in many different ways. And I understand where you are coming from. If you know someone with EDS, please remember to be kind to them. They are in pain, they are hurting, and there's a lot of problems that are going on with their body that you don't understand because you can't see it. People with EDS, it's not something that you're like, that person has EDS. Usually they have to tell you. So it's an invisible illness like most of my illnesses. So please remember to be kind to them and remember that you don't know what they're going through. So remember that you need to be kind. As my husband likes to always remind me in all of my videos, to be kind. This was just a quick, short video on what EDS is, just so you can get a broad overview of hypermobile EDS and understand what it is, so that if someone says, hey, I have Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, you can be like, oh, I saw that somewhere. I know what that is. Because the thing with illnesses is the more you know about different illnesses, the more empathy you can have for people, which is why I'm constantly doing research on different illnesses, whether or not I have them, because I want to have as much empathy as possible for those around me. If you did enjoy this video or you learned something new, go ahead and click that subscribe button and go ahead and click that like button if you did enjoy this video. Remember to be kind. Kindness is free, so give it out to everyone, and I'll see you next time. Bye. There are 13 subtypes of Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. Tongue twister. Muscular. I know this word. You'd think I'd be able to say it. Musculoskeletal. The people have musculoskeletal. Hi. I love you. You're my baby. Say hi to the camera. Hi, camera. How are you? Okay, Mom is busy right now, though. Can I have you go over there? Thank you. Collagen is a protein that allows collagen. What? Collagen allows collagen. Not having a great day, guys. Not having a great day. I really want to go lay down. Okay. Gives an analogy. Gives an analogy. Wow. Okay, I need a nap. It's time for a nap. Definitely time for a nap.